Well, hello, all my amazing Aries friends. My name is Libra Empress, and we're going to be discussing your April 22nd tarot. Now, remember that this is a general reading, and this is for yours as well as for my entertainment. And also, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. That way, you'll always be up to date with the content that I produce, and you'll be a part of our family, alright? Now, also, on a side note, I did 3 piles. I already shuffled it, okay? This is the pile, and I'm going to walk you through it. Each pile, like the first one's going to be past energy, second is present, and then third pile is future. Now each card is supposed to have 3 clarifiers, but for you, your past gets an extra clarifier card. That's just how it rolls. I don't know why, but it just did, okay? Now let's get going, shall we? Now my beautiful Aries, your past card is the Devil. I don't know if you can see that alright. This card signifies temptation, excess, self-destruction. In a world turned upside down, no one will blame you for indulging in a couple vices. In fact, that's exactly what the devil wants you to do. Why bother to restore law and order when you can unwind with a few smokes? Why rescue children from orphanages when it's easier to just kick back and have a pint of whiskey? The answer to both questions is equally the same. It is because you are better than that, alright, Aries? Now, let me get my little box so I have a place to put them. Your first clarifier is the Page of Cups. This card signifies creative, artistic, and kind. What is it about tiny little zombies that makes you want to hug the intestines out of them? The page may represent a young person in your life who brings joy and warm fuzzies. Remember, even when you're feeling completely alone, there's always someone lurking behind the bush who does care, alright? Your second clarifier is the Seven of Swords. Theft, sabotage, and deception. There's one in every bunch. Keep an eye out for the person who is a little too enthusiastic about funneling the firepower. It's possible she or he's putting his or her own interests ahead of the group's. Now, when confronted with a plan, make sure that it's best for everyone involved. And if it does sound sketchy, then it probably is, alright, Aries? My back started itching. That was weird. Your third clarifier is the Queen of Swords. Oh man, look at her. Intelligent, sharp-tongued, and unscrupulous. If you think you're kicking her out of her double wide, you got another thing coming. Underneath her hair curlers and terry cloth bathrobe beats the heart of a true fighter. The Queen of Swords represents a woman who may have suffered the loss of a loved one, but still carries on. She's a little tougher, a little wiser, and definitely ready for the next wave of terror. I wanted to say a lot wiser. Whew. Your fourth clarifier is the Sun. Success, enlightenment, and hope signify this card. Sweet success, the morning sun has risen and the rescue teams have arrived. After foiling a hostile takeover by the undead, you've earned a one-way ticket to a safer place. Excuse me. Now it's time to make plans for the future, alright? Now, Aries, consider traveling to warmer climates or getting a new job, okay? There's good money in corpse disposal nowadays. Your present energy is the Eight of Wands. Travel, expense, and on the move. Faster than you can say, well, almost anything since you've lost your tongue. You've been presented with a new opportunity. Travel is imminent, so choose a path to stagger along. Whew, I can't even read. And enjoy the occasional human morsel as you go, okay? Now, Aries, if you take charge, others will follow your lead, alright? Trust your inner zombie and roll with it. Good news is coming. Brace yourselves for awesome. Well, you are awesome. 100,000 gazillion% awesome. Like top notch. Alright, your first clarifier is the Two of Hazards. This signifies balance, harmony, and juggling responsibilities. Now, balancing the responsibilities can be exhausting. It's not easy to manage a heavy workload when family members or friends are constantly distracting you. The Two of Hazards cautions you to keep an eye out on responsibilities until cavalry arrives. Don't despair, help is on the way. Alright, well, Aries, also, the hazards in my deck also means pentacles or coins in a normal deck, alright? They just use hazards because it's zombie related. Clarifier number 2, the Tower. Sudden change, questioning conventions, and destruction. This is what's happening with you now. Sure, everything seems fine. You're 20 stories above ground in a private building that's guarded by an elite security force. What's the harm in relaxing with a few friends? The tower reminds us that appearances can be deceiving. You never know when a horde of zombies might come shambling through your door. This is an ideal time to question the reality of your situation. Are you safe and secure as you think? Are you? Your third clarifier is the star. Recognition, inspiration, and achievements. Now, Aries, you're on the right track for important things in life. While good luck and a fresh attitude bring new opportunities, take a minute to revel in your accomplishments, alright? And then move on to the next level of awesome. Others look to you for inspiration and guidance while scraping zombie goo off of their shoe. What's your plan? Alright, now we're going to talk about the future. It's not set in stone. Alright, it's not set in stone like the past is, because you can't go back and change the past as of yet. I mean, we're still working on the DeLorean, right? Really? Should have laughed at that. It was funny. Anyway, so, we can decide, like, the future is fluid, right? You can decide which way you want to go because there are options that are being given to you, okay? And obstacles. So, you just got to keep rolling with the punches. But here is your future set, alright? It might resonate with some, it might resonate with none, but you know what? It's not like every reading's going to resonate with the same person or people, because there's more than just one Aries out there, and that's what's beautiful about it. You are all the same sign, but born different times during the month, and you are so unique and beautiful in your own self. Does that make sense? Alright, let's get going on this, shall we? The Eight of Swords. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to read this and have you look at it. Do you see that barbed fence around him and he's holding on to it? Eight of Swords signifies lack of action, victimization, and no-win situations. All is not lost. Granted, the situation doesn't look good, but when the zombies are nibbling on your nether regions, it's important to keep your head, stay focused, and instead of letting the situation overwhelm you, figure out a means of escape. It's not zombies holding you back, it's the fear of the unknown, okay? And maybe a little bit of the zombies, you know? Well, ultimately, this is in a regular deck, this is, it's the card where you got the person with their blindfold on and all the swords surrounding them. It's basically you are keeping yourself mentally trapped, and you don't need to do that. It's okay, you know. Now let's go on. Your first clarifier is the King of Hazards. This card signifies distant hard work and businessmen. Steadily, reliably, and slightly boring, the King of Hazards is shackled to his material possessions and proud to admit it. Go to him for advice on money or investing, and he'll never steer you wrong. Although this person may be a valuable ally in the business endeavor, he can be somewhat distant in the personal or family relationships. He may represent an older man looking out for your well-being, alright? The second clarifier for your future is the Four of Swords. This signifies retreat, rest, and recovery. It's time to rest. If you can't find an abandoned house, consider taking shelter in your local shopping mall. The Four of Swords represents a brief but necessary break from all action while you regroup and plan your next wave of attack on an issue. This time out card is telling you to relax and contemplate the universe so you can emerge, revitalize, and live to fight another day. And if you do not take this and retreat and relax and rejuvenate, you know, and you keep going and going, you're gonna go straight to hermit mode. I'm not even joking. You gotta take care of yourself, like seriously. Otherwise, you can't handle your shit. And it's very important to not only yourself but to those around you. They love you and they want you to stay healthy and happy. And your third clarifier is the Knight of Wands, bold, impetuous, and adventure. The Knight of Wands holds nothing back. He's the first to go through the fence, bringing back goodie bags for the slowpokes. His brash behavior may get him into trouble, but he's able to charm himself out of most shenanigans. He manages to show up at the right place at the right time, so don't hesitate to ask him for favors if you need a little extra something, alright? Now let's do a quick recap. We'll start with your past and work to your future, okay? Alright, Aries. Your past was the devil energy. You were dealing with vices, right? Or someone with vices, some negative energy and stuff around you. Yet you were pulling through with a little creativity and you're very artistic. But someone stole from you. They sabotaged something good that you had going, and they did deception upon you, like hardcore, right? Now, you had to step into the Queen of Swords mode, and they didn't see that coming because you are very intelligent and you have a sharp tongue and you're unscrupulous. So you will cut them down. That doesn't mean you're not an empress. That just because you are an empress, it doesn't even matter what gender you are. It's your energy. You're an empress, right? You got your shit together. You are above it all. But you're allowed to step out of empress mode for a brief moment and step into Queen of Swords or whatever sign is on the deck, just so you can cut that energy, and do whatever, right? Now, your fourth clarifier was the sun, which means that after you got over the sabotage, the end of the tunnel was success, enlightenment, and hope. Alright? Now, your present energy is the Eight of Wands, which means you're traveling, your expansion, and you're on the move. Now, the two hazards is balance, harmony, and juggling responsibilities. So you're on the move and you're juggling responsibilities, right? And you're just trying to keep peace. And then suddenly you've got a tower movement. I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It just means that you had to rethink. It was a little bit of an obstacle, right? It came crashing down and you had to rethink about how you were going to move to where you're going to move and why you were going to move. And you had to come up with plans, and this is a learning experience because it was a sudden change and you're questioning your conventions, and there was a lot of destruction. Your third clarifier is the star, which it means that you overpassed that and you have gained recognition, inspiration, and you've done your achievements. But the future is the Eight of Swords, which is lack of action, victimization, and no-win situation. So somebody must have really fucked with your heads hardcore because of that tower and the theft, and you're trying to shut down. You're just tired of all the bullshit, right? But the Eight of Swords is keeping you trapped in mentality, in victim mentality, and you're not a victim, you're a victor, okay? So with this lack of action, you're feeling victimization and you're feeling like there's no win situation. What you need to do is you need to reach out to people, all right? You can even leave a comment and let me know how you're doing. What I will do is I will respond back to you, and you can even vent to me and I will listen, okay? Not many people actually get past 37 seconds in any of my videos, so if you made it this far, bravo, thank you. I appreciate it. Now, if you do need someone to talk to and you don't have anybody to talk to at home, you're definitely not alone. You can reach out to me or, any of the other tarot readers. They're really decent. So you're not alone, okay? And I can bring in a new, fresh perspective and try and help you throughout your situation, all right? That's just who I am. I'm a Libra. Now, your first clarifier for that is the King of Hazards. So you're going to someone who is distant yet hard worker and a businessman. So they might be able to pull you out of that victim mentality and to move forward. Yet, the whole ordeal really, really does exhaust you. So you're going to end up having to retreat, rest, and recover because, my God, the next thing you're going to be attacking is the bold, impetuous adventure, the Knight of Wands. Maybe that's... Actually, I think that's the really slow guy who's supposed to be coming to you but hasn't made it there yet because he's taking a sweet-ass time. He's like smelling the roses and zoning out, right? You know that type, right? Where they just go really slow. I mean, if you were to race them and then you took a nap, they might get to the finish line eventually. But I'm thinking tortoise in the hare. Anyway. But other than that, you're stepping into your adventure mode. You're doing what you gotta do to handle your shit. And with this temporary chaos, I mean, there's not much you can do other than try and do you, alright? Because you are very important, and you don't want to end up going full hermit mode, although that's my favorite mode. I just like to zone out and do my thing. But you should take time out and pamper yourself because you deserve the best, alright? Now, I love you, Aries. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share, and join me again for tomorrow's daily horoscope or the next time I do tarot, okay? Love you. Bye.